I'm doing this early because I've been working on the sculpture. Um, I had to bump those cheeks out further. That was a lot to do with why the face didn't look right. The cheeks were not protruding out enough on this. And when you looked at the profile, it looked like the cheeks were very flattened down against the waveform. I was like, what is wrong with the head shape? Couldn't figure it out. But that's what was wrong with it. It was the cheeks. They were not protruding enough. The eye cuts I had to change a little bit because I bumped out the cheeks. So let me put my tripod up while I'm doing that. Put this plug on here so we can all right. Give me a sec, guys. Damn it. Give me a second. Just trying to put this camera on here. I'll hit the buttons. There we go. Now, let's see where we're at. Zoomed in, 2 people on. I've been working on this guy. Give me a second. I gotta plug this in, and then I'm gonna put the comments on the big screen so I can see what you're saying. Still gonna have to use give me a second. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit better. There we go. We're starting to get there now, and I figured out what was wrong with the profile. I figured out pretty much what was wrong with it. Um, do that later. Let me go on out more. YouTube. No, don't want no music on there. Nice. Okay. Let me go to my channel so I can read your comments. Let's go live. There we go. Takeoff vision. Yo, what's happening, bud? So we are going crazy on this. It's really starting. Remember, put your caps lock on for me so I can read your comment. So I'm kind of like, I've been working on this all day, you know, on and off. And I'll explain what I've done to it. What's happening? Slasher, what's happening, buddy? And see takeoff visions on here. Okay, we got 3 on. Oh, I'm on there too, so that means there's 2 on. Now there's 4 on. Say hello, guys. Okay, so I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been working on this all day. I've been really having a hard time. Now I still got some work to do on this eye cut right here, on the inside of that. It just looks a little crooked to me. I either have to go up a little bit with the eye cut in here, or I have to bring this one down, one of the 2. This one here, I kind of like the way this is looking, so I'm going to leave that one alone. This one here is the one I got to fix just a little bit. I have that little bent, the tuck. I had to make sure that the slant was there. Okay, so here's what I did. First, I had to slant these eye cuts back. They weren't, and then there was something way off with the face itself, the head shape. I was like, what's driving me crazy? These cheeks were way too sunken in. They were too far in. So I bumped these cheeks out further, and all of a sudden, boom, there it was. That was, the lips look amazing. I'm telling you, I got this. Now, I got some work to do on the chin area. I got some, you know, under the chin. I still got some work to do there, but this thing is really coming in. got some work to do here. So, Mike's Horror Corner. But yo, what's up, Mike? Braxton, what's happening, buddy? Mr. Braxton's on. Yeah, the nose is almost done. I still have to get a little bit. It's a little too rounded in here. There's, it's supposed to be like a little bit of a dent right in here, and Mike, I'm gonna have to check out your channel now. Mike's Horror Corner. I gotta look into your channel. Uh, yeah, I'm not the best at YouTube, and I'm not trying to monetize or get make money off of YouTube. I'm just doing what I do here. I'm semi-retired. Uh, I hit 62 at the end of this month. Actually, very few more days. So what I'm doing is I'm basically sharing what I'm learning as I go along. You got to remember now, I've only been doing this for 3 years, so I'm no expert, by far no expert. And I've been warned not to tackle Michael Myers as your first project, but I did it anyway because I love a challenge. So, yeah, so I'm no expert, just but I'm learning as I go, and I don't mind sharing the information as I'm learning. So. Oh man, so yeah, it's been a test. Now I do have to drop this neckline down just a little bit lower because the chin line, I've had to widen the face a bit. It just didn't look. It looked too narrow. It looked too narrow, and I had to square off this jaw. Let me show you. See, the jaw has a slant here, and then it goes up. That's the way the actual screen used mask is. It has a slant there and then it goes up. Even the profile still doesn't quite look right. The cheek lines, that was a big issue. They were way back here. They were way back, and it made the face look wrong. It really did. I'm still not there yet. Still not there. It's going to take some time because I'm seeing things dribs and drabs. I'm going, okay, what is wrong? There's something wrong. There's something wrong. And I have this area here now is right. It kind of starts at the peak of the nose here, and it kind of scoops and then down. And that was the biggest issue. There wasn't enough clay up in this region here. It was literally sunken way back, and that's what gave me that width. It gave me the proper width and depth. Now, if you look at this straight on, you can see. This is very accurate now to the screen used mask. And the lips look really good. And the chin line looks good. I still got some sculpting to do here. I got some fixing to do inside of here. This is a little too drastic right here. This little carve out. There's just things that have to be done. And it's going to be a while before I'm finished this sculpture. It's going to be a while. I am in no rush. I'm not going to put something out there half right, or almost right, should I say. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather have it as accurate as I could possibly make it. And the problem I've noticed, and this is something I'm going to share with you guys, with all these pictures that are coming out, all right, all these pictures that are coming out of the screen used mask, the problem is, when you take a photograph, especially with phones, the problem is when you take your phone and you go real close to the to whatever you're working on, the shape of the face changes. It elongates. It gets narrow looking. It doesn't look real. It's not accurate. The proper way to really take a photograph of whatever project you're working on, you have to be at least 6 feet away, and then you zoom in. because then you're getting the actual shape and size of the mask or sculpture. And the problem is when I look at all these photos that people have been nice enough to send me, D front, what's happening, man? Or is that C front? C front. C frost. Sorry. You got to put your caps lock on. I'm probably going to mispronounce everybody's name on here, especially new guys that I haven't really seen on here too much. Um, because I can't really see the. I'm far enough away from the screen. I can't really see the text on the. I gotta change my text settings on my computer itself so the text is bigger. Um, all right, let me see what you're saying there. C Frost, I believe this is. I've been looking for a channel like this. I use a lower half mask as my appearance in music. Okay. I subscribe. Thank you so much, sir. I take off. The chin looks really wide, John. Yeah, I know it's not done yet. It's the chin. I still have to work on all this here, right in here. It's not done yet. Yeah, put the caps lock on. It's just easier for me to read. I'm an old man. I can't see that far, real clear. Real clear. The nose is almost done. Found your channel. This is. I thank you again, Mike, and I'm going to go check out your channel tonight later on, definitely, because whenever I see somebody respond that says they love your channel, I'm going to instantly gravitate to that. Slasher. Do I sell any blanks? I don't sell blanks. I mean, I can sell a blank, but the eye cuts are cut out, the nose cuts are cut out. I never cut the mouth. I don't do that, but I do cut the eye cuts out. I don't like to. I can't put a solid piece out there so somebody can. Well, they can never foam fill it. Foam fill it still distorts the mask. But people like to copy stuff. But you know something? If you really want to copy somebody's work, all you got to do is do a 3D printer with a scanner. That's all you have to do. So as far as trying to not copy, try to prevent people from copying stuff, it's impossible to stop today because it's just impossible. You've got but I can do, I'll cut the eye cuts out for you because they're in the mask. They're pretty much every mask will be cut the exact same way. You'll never have an eye cut different, and it's very important to have the eye cuts accurate. Now this is not quite done yet. This side I kind of like, but this side looks a little too shallow in here, so I'm gonna bring this up just a tad bit. I'm working on it as we speak. Okay, that looks a little better. But now I've dented right in here, so I have to fill this in right here to get that right, and I have to get this scooped down. It's right there. Well, a little bit better, but not where I want to be yet. Eyebrow time, not quite. I'm still working on shaping. I have to get the shape perfect. The profile, I'm trying to show you this side of the profile. Looks a little bit better. What do you think of that, guys? See, now with those cheeks bumped out a little bit, it changes the way the face looks. Totally looks different. It's given that square, it's given the face a more square look, the way the actual screen mask is. The eye cuts are not, they're hard, but not, it's hard to explain. You can make your eye cuts look perfect looking straight on, but if that angle is not pitched back right on here, it changes the whole look of the face. Like I had it looking perfect, and all of a sudden I looked on the side, and it literally looked like it was like, you know, it looked like it was this far. It was actually, let me just get a pointer. It was it was more like this. The eye cut was like right from follow the direction of this thing here. There was that much more clay on here, and that's how that was the pitch, and it looked really flat. Like the face looked really flat. You have to get the pitch of those eye cuts perfect, or that totally doesn't look right. And all your angles have to be right. This here, this angle, they all have to go in. They all have to be in the exact same pitch. When you're looking at the face, the pitch has to be the same in all those areas. If you have one this way and then one down and then one kind of going up, you're not going to get an accurate look. See, like on this, pitch is right, pitch is right, pitch is right. They're all in this. They're all in sequence. All those things, all those little things make a huge difference in the way this thing looks. Yeah, I still got, I did a lot more head shaping. I took the scowl down quite a bit because the scowl was sticking out way too far. Yeah, there's a lot that still has to be done to it. Slasher, it's starting to really come together. It really is. Okay, let me go up to the top here. Mike, I'm definitely going to go check out your channel. Subscribe. Thank you, C Frost. I think it says Frost, right? Yes, Frost. C Frost. I'm definitely going to check out your channel. Braxton, will you try to paint a Jason mask? A Jason mask. Well, I actually did not actually a Jason mask. I mean, you're talking about the hockey mask or the face that's under the hockey mask? That's the question. Braxton. Mr. Braxton. Jason mask. Slasher. Okay. Go for eyebrows and eyebrow time. No, I'm going to wait. Yeah. Slasher. Eye cuts can be pretty hard, but it's all about pitch and angles that really makes the face look right. If you don't have the eye cuts at the right pitch and right angle, no matter how good it looks straight on, if those pitches aren't right, it just throws off the whole look. It really does. What's up, Mark Effects? Yeah, the chin area definitely needs work still. Mark Effects, take off. I mean, the jawline is definitely too wide. Yeah, it is and it isn't. I have to bring it down just a little bit in here now that I've got the face right. I have to bring it down just a little bit, not too much though. But I have to keep that jawline the way it has to be shaped right. It has to be shaped right. So I'm going to be scraping down this side, especially this side. This side has to come down quite a bit. But the top half of this head looks really good. I just have to bring this jawline in a little bit more. But like I said, I've been really focusing on this area because from the cheeks on up, and the lips, I did do the lips, got them finished. But this area I focused on all day today because I could not figure out what was wrong with the face itself. There was something wrong with it, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And if you know, my Night Creeper is finished. Let me see. Let me read some more comments. Slasher, thank you. He looks really good so far. It's getting there. It's not done yet, so don't be too quick to criticize this, good or bad, because we're not finished yet. And I had to, like the ear here, I just started popping that out, but I added so much more clay on the side of this head that I've got to take it down just a touch, especially right here. Right there, it's got to come down. But Yeah, I've done somewhat. You know, I'll turn it straight on at you so you guys can look at it straight on. Yeah, so let me see. Chin area definitely needs work. Yes, looks good so far. Greetings there, Mark Effects. Takeoff vision. I mean, the jaw line is definitely too wide. Yes, especially on this side, right in here. I got to bring this area down, right in here. And this side, a little bit, not too much, very little. So you have to remember, um, uh, if you look at the top of the head, right here, in this region one, if that jawline has to follow where that ear is, it has to come down just a little bit. It has to come down just a little bit in here. This definitely has to come down quite a bit. But I finally got the top of the head shaped correctly. This was bothering me up here. This was really bothering me. So that's now accurate. Let's see. I mean, the jawline is definitely okay. Miss hockey mask. Okay, the hockey mask. Yeah, can I paint one? If you look on my channel, I did a part 7. It was a kid's costume, but I did paint the hockey mask, and I kind of take you through it. It's like part. There's like 7 parts. Go into my playlist and look up Jason Part 7, and you'll see the costume and the whole. I made the whole costume. Jason Part 7 is my favorite look of Jason. So I did Part 7 for him, and it was actually his favorite look. He was just a kid. It was his last year of trick or treating because he was getting a little too old for it. He was a big kid, and but I did a cheap version because I was on a tight budget. You have to remember when you're working with people that want to make audio glitch. Is it any better? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me all right? I don't know what's going on with the audio. Driving me crazy the other day. It's not fun either. You can't hear me. Why not? What is going on? Can anybody else hear me? Can everybody else hear me? Okay, see, it might be on your end, Mr. Braxton. Tell you what, jump out and then jump back in and see if it fixes your problem. Yeah, he can't hear me. Somebody text in here to tell Mr. Braxton to jump out and then come back in and see if that'll help us. Some interferences. Okay. I don't know what's going on. YouTube's getting a little... It might be the internet. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Hopefully you guys don't lose me here. Okay, the distance from the lower lip to the chin looks way too far too. All right, from here to here looks too far. Or are you talking about from here to here? Because that's a split difference. That's the exact same distance, and we didn't change the chin line this way. What we did do is take the chin back further. That had to come back. But we didn't change the depth. This is not any... It just looks wider because the jawline got wider, and I have to change that back now that I figured out what the heck the problem was, and that was the cheeks. that was the cheeks. And I, you know, like I said, I'm no expert at this, and I'm not going to pretend to be. It's not an easy thing to do to tackle this flashback mask. It really is difficult, difficult, difficult. If you're a beginner to making Michael Myers masks or sculptures, heed the warning. It is not an easy task, and I don't care how good you are. Now, if you're real good, then you don't have any problem anyway. Um, but it's still it's not an easy sculpture. I think when you're trying to replicate a face of somebody, of any kind, of anybody to sculpt, you're trying to replicate their face, and all you have is two-dimensional pictures. And the problem is most of those pictures, they all look different. They all have different because of the way they've taken those pictures of that. Like say they take a picture of the mask. Well, I've seen pictures where the face looks really wide and short. You know, when it was on Christopher Nelson's desk, he was at a convention, and there was several pictures sent to me where the mask was sitting right on the desk, right on top of the table that he was on at, and the screen used mask, and the face looked really wide and short. It didn't look real, you know. But then I've seen other pictures where the face looks real long, and it's not because the mask has changed. No, it's because of the way somebody shot the picture. If you shoot the picture too close, you're going to get a distorted picture. You have to be at least 6 feet away, especially with phones. 6 feet away. Remember that. If you're ever at a convention, you want to take a picture or something and get an accurate look of the actual shape of the head and the face, like if you're an artist and you're trying to sculpt something, make sure you take the picture about 6 feet away and then just zoom into it on your phone. And then you'll get an accurate, this way when you go, it'll be accurate. If you get too close to the thing with your camera, it narrows the face, it elongates the head and narrows the face. Try it with a phone, you'll see what I'm talking about. As you get closer to something, you take your phone, and as you get closer, you'll see that face change in shape. You'll see it change. Now you're about 4 feet away. Now, I'm going to show you. It's just better to do that. I'm going to take the camera right here. I'm going to show you what happens. All right, now I'm about 4 feet away. All right, I'm going to zoom out. Oh, great. I'm going to zoom out. Now watch what happens. I don't know if I'm completely zoomed out. Look how narrow his face is getting now. See what happens? Now when you go back out, all right, now I'm about, this is 6 feet away, about right here. Now I'll zoom in. That is the perfect distance to take a picture of whatever it is you're trying to replicate. If you try to replicate something that's and the picture's too hold on, I might zoom in just a little bit more so you can see my computer screen now. I want to go a little bit better, and I'll read your comment. There's a little bit of delay from what you guys hear and what compared to what I. There we go. All right. Now that's the lesson of the day. There we go. It's how not to take pictures of something that you want to sculpt you want to make sure that you're about 6 feet away from it and then zoom in on it so you have an accurate. Yes, see, at the distance it looks a lot different. When you're too close to something, it definitely doesn't look right. So, let's turn this guy at you so you can look at him dead on. I still got work to do over here on this eye cut right here. This is a little bit, it's bent in just a little bit too much. It's just things I have to do yet. There's like these little things that I get started on it and then I move to another area because I see something else and see something else and see something else and just keep going. I still got some work to do in this this cheek area here. This is a little bit, this is coming down and then going across. That's not the way I want that. It's got to be heavier shadowing right in here, which I already have, and then less shadowing underneath of here. So I got to kind of narrow that down just a little bit underneath. This side's almost where the actual screen used mask is. There's a it's very prominent right in this area. Sticks out quite a bit on the screen used mask. And, I just, you know, yeah, you have to, I guess, refresh. All right, let me read your comments. I have to get closer. I don't want to block your view of the sculpture. All right, audio glitch. No, I hear you. I can hear you. I can, yeah. There was some interference. Quick refresh. Okay, thank you, Seafrost, for letting them know, letting Mr. Braxton know to refresh. YouTube is wonky. When I stream, it acts up at times. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Streaming on YouTube's been a little weird lately. From the lowest chin to the lower lip, it looks so stretched. Kind of like H2. Well, no, see, you're not seeing, that's the chin. You're seeing a little bit of the neck. You see that chin? That's the chin. You're seeing the neck, you're not seeing enough shadow underneath here to see the actual chin. It's not really stretched. This is all wacky right in here. I gotta fix all this. I gotta narrow the jaw. I'll narrow the jaw. Can't narrow it too much because if you narrow the jaw too much, then it looks stretched. So that's the thing. You see, the chin is actually blending in with the neck here, so you're really having a hard time seeing that chin. But if I stick my hand here, you can see where the actual chin is. Let me try. Let me try. I can adjust this lighting. Let's try this. You're going to see a lot more shadows now. See a lot more shadows. Let me boost this up. I gotta go up higher with that. That's it. Yeah, I don't know if I like that lighting. London Moore, man. Long time no hear. Glad you joined us. So I'm not sculpting today, but I'm working on this flashback. Yeah, now you can see the dent. When I pushed up on here to fix this shape, to make this fit, I put a little bit of a dent in there. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little piece of clay, let it warm up in my hands for a few seconds, because I use hard monster clay. I need a little piece, not a big one. And I always sneak into it. I never put, like, you know, I look at it and really try to put the exact amount that I need, because I don't want to overdo it. Not quite there yet. Now, when you put the clay in there, you can see it's not exactly super smooth. And that's the part where I have to smooth it out. Just trying to get rid of that dip. There. You guys see what I just did there? Got rid of that dipped look in there and fix the eye cut to look a little better. Matches the other side a little bit. Alright, let's see where we're at. I'm here. Takeoff vision, it looks very accurate, but yeah, the jawline's still. You know what? While I'm goofing off here, why not? Let's rip this jawline down a little bit. Let's rip it down. Give you something to look at. So we got to take this way down. Now the reason why I'm using a rake, this is a rake, guys. Let me get closer to the camera with this. Now, I've explained this before, but I'm going to do it now because, well, first I got to get these tools out of the way, because when I go to clean up, I don't want to have to take all the clay off of my tools, falling all over the tools. That's the problem. There we go. Tools are out of the way. Now I'm going to get closer to the camera so you can see that. Can you see the? All right, now you see the little teeth that are in there. I'm trying to get. I know what I got to do. I got to put my hand behind it so it focuses on the. There we go. Now you can see the teeth. You see the little opening gaps? Damn it. Try to stay in I'm turned. Kind of crooked. Let me go a little higher. There we go. All right, you see the teeth that are in there? That's called a rake. And what that does is it balances out. As you're raking, it keeps it so you're moving some clay as well as and it's important to use a rake. It really is. I don't want to take too much off. There's not much. Believe it or not, I just raked off quite a bit of clay, but I still got to be able to. I tilt it back just to see if the. take off any more there. Okay. Now where do you see the mess I made on my countertop here? You can't see it there. I'm gonna pick it all up with my other tool here. And what I usually do is I just smash it onto the end of the tip of the tip of this tool to show you how much clay I took off of there. Crazy, man. I have to go to work this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. Summer is here. Kids are out of school this week. For those that don't think I took a lot of clay off of there, I just took a lot of clay off of there. I'll show you how much. That's how much clay I just took off of that face. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I'm looking at it now. Ow, crack my knuckles. Did you hear that? Just keeping the counters clean. So mashed up. I just took a ball of clay off of that thing. The size of a dice, oversized dice. There you go, about the size of a dice. Alright, now that I've got the rake, this is part of the smoothing process. What you're doing is you're going to smooth out all these high spots, all these little rake marks. Just taking it out of there. There's some ripples in there from the other part of the clay that I didn't. Now this ear, you see how it dips back and it goes deep into the ear? Well, the ear's going to be filled in all the way out to here. But I've got the head shape perfect now as far as going around it. Yeah, it's tedious, man, doing this. It really is. I'm just doing the face, because that was bothering me too. It was eating at me, that face being so crooked. The jawline. Chin's next, but I'm not messing with that tonight. I gotta make a trip over to my workplace and go set up my facade and my TV. I'm not doing that until 8 o'clock, but I want to get a shower first and all that stuff. I don't want to go over there like this. I chemical all over me. It smells like almost like vinegar. I'm going to do the big reveal in a second here. Now I might have taken it down just a little too far, but that's all right. I can fix that. I can fix it. I'm going to take it down just a little too much right there. But I'll turn it to you now. See how much better that looks. All right. Let me back it up so it's in the light a little better. All right, let's see, what do we got? Yeah, I'm not sure what time it is here. It's 6:30 here. I'm East Coast. I'm East Coast slasher. London, they're your favorite tool? Yes, they are. They really balance out the clay really nice. The rakes are your favorite. If it's not your favorite tool, you got to make it your favorite tool, because more than anything else, if you don't get the head shape right, your mask is never going to look right. Your sculpture won't look right. So the rakes really do help with that. All right, London, do me a favor, put your caps lock on, because I can't read that text. It's so tiny. The profile, thank you, London. I appreciate it. The profile's getting closer. It's just really, really tough because I'm still not sure if this head shape's right. I just can't get good enough pictures of this flashback. I see pictures that are, like I said, I just explained to everybody how not to take pictures of your mask or your sculpture. You want to make sure you're 6 feet away from it, and then zoom in. But if you're real close with your camera, you're going to get a distorted image. It's not going to look right. And I think a lot of those guys know that, especially Christopher Nelson. He's no dummy. He knows the business, and he knows filming. He knows how. Well, I mean, he states it when he made this mask. He made it more for and lighting. He painted it specifically so the lighting would really look amazing when it hit the mask. And he was right. This flashback mask looked really good in the specific lighting that they used. It was like a blue light, but it was subtle. It wasn't real bright on the mask. And so if you don't take the picture correctly of your sculpture or your mask, you could be with a distorted picture. And if this picture's distorted, you're not getting a real accurate look of the sculpture or the mask, because they took the picture too close. And there's a couple of the clay sculptures of Christopher Nelson that was sent to me to show me, the accuracy of the lips. And that's a perfect example. That picture was taken with a camera, like right up on it, and it made the image look too distorted. Thank you, London, for putting them those caps on. looks a little like he had wisdom tooth surgery. Takeoff vision. You mean his jawline looks swollen? I gotta be careful how I take that jawline down. I gotta be really careful. It looks like I took off a little bit too much in here. It made it a little too flat right in this area. But the one side, this side looks really good. And what I'm saying is you got to look at the top of the head to the bottom of the jaw. This could be taken out just a little bit more on the neck, right underneath the neck area, but not on the jawline. The jawline stays where it's at on this side. This side here, I'm looking at it. This needs to come down just a little bit right in here. Just right there. There's little things that have to be done, like this chin line looks really flat right across here and rounded, and that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a little bit more chin on both sides here. I'm going to have to put more chin in here. This out of here a little bit. Take this. This crevice can't be that dramatic right there. It's got to be filled in a little bit. As a matter of fact, I can take this. A little bit at a time. You don't want to overdo it. A little bit on this side. Just a tiny bit. That looks a lot better. But I still have to make that chin rounder this way. It has to be a little bit rounder right in here. Not deeper. I'm not making it bigger underneath it here. I'm just going to make it come out a little bit and round it. In other words, I'm just going to do it this way. I'll show you. I'll show you. Why not? All right, so since this is the shape that I'm actually trying to get, is this roundness here. So I'm going to put that rounded. Rounded jawline right there. And pull this area here up. It's hard to do because now I got the lighting way too high. So I'll have to fix that. All right. See, I turned that on an angle and I shouldn't have. I have to. There we go. Less is more. Always remember that. Less is more. Less is more. needs a little more chin. Not a lot. We're not adding a lot of depth. In other words, we're not protruding it out real far. We're just trying to make it a little bit more rounded. We're definitely not adding any. What I'm doing here, just adding a little bit, not a lot. Just adding a little bit, not a lot. We're going to put that right in the center and work both out. Still need some right underneath it here. It's not round enough. Little divot right there, I didn't see that. Didn't see it till I felt it. It's because the lighting's too high up on me now. I can't really see the chin line too well. I have to be able to see. When you're working on this kind of stuff, you always have to check all different angles. And what I mean by that, I'll show you in a second. I'll tilt this thing forward on me just to take a look at it, and I can see that like when I look at this now, I'm going to show you the straight on shot. This side's protruding out too far on this side. See how much higher, how much further out this is? All right, so we got to fix that. You have to check all your angles. This still has to come out further, right in here. Right in there, see that? You're looking straight down on the face. Oh, wait a minute, you can't see that. Back it up, see if that helps. see it. Hold on. I'll lift it up a little bit. Now you see the angle? I can't use my hand because if you look straight at it, you can see how the pitch is off. It's protruding out just a little too far on this side, not enough on this side. So I know this already, so what I have to do is I add more right over here. Perfect example of showing you that. Like I said, there's reasons why it's very difficult to sculpt this going off of photographs, because you're not getting every angle. Like I look down on this and I can see where it needs it, and yeah, you don't get the luxury of having the actual screen used mask in your possession to get a very accurate look of the mask, you know, because you can't see all the angles, and that's really key, man. With when these masks, like I love Nick Malpagano's work, but I noticed, I love his 13 mask, and I know a lot of people love that mask, and I'm not criticizing it. I hope he doesn't watch my video and get pissed off at me, but I'm going to say this. When you look at his mask, the 13 mask, it dead on, it looks amazing. As soon as you look at the profile of it, it doesn't look as good, the profile of the mask. That's just my opinion. And I'm not criticizing him because he's been doing this for a long time. But I think it's really difficult to make that. And he based that mask off the poster art of Halloween 4 and 5, the 13 mask. And believe me, I follow Nick all over the place. I love the man. I think he's awesome. I think his work is awesome. I don't know that I could have done any better. Who knows? I just know that that's a difficult sculpture to do. The 13 that he did, that I was starting out to do that, and he kind of texted me, he kind of like gave me a heads up, yo man, I'm doing that mask. I'm like, oh. So I steered clear of doing it. I didn't want to do it because I knew, he's a good artist. Why am I going to replicate something that's already being done? And I know there's other guys that do that too, but I don't know. I just, out of respect for somebody, I don't like, I don't want to steal somebody's thunder. You know what I mean? He was working on it for months prior to me. Like he worked on that sculpture for 10 months prior to me coming on there and doing the same mask. He was like, yo man, I'm kind of got this thing almost ready for launch, and looks like you're going in the same direction. I said, yeah, I was, until I saw his picture. He sent me some pictures privately because he didn't want those pictures to go public because he wasn't ready for launch with the 13 mask. But he sent me the images privately, and then I saw them and I went, okay, now I know I got to stay clear of that mask, because it was good. It was good. I think because of why I'm saying this, it has nothing to do with his ability or his art. It's because he's going off of pictures. We're looking at a poster art that's literally 2 dimensions, and it's only what you see on the paper. You don't get another shot of it this way. You don't get a shot of it this way. You don't get a shot of it this way. You don't get a shot of it back that way. You can't see all the angles. You're just looking at one picture this way, and then you try to replicate what you see, and you're guessing the depths. you're guessing how deep the cheek is or how far out the eyebrow and the scowl is. Everything that's in and out is a guess, and it's a best guess. You're not, and it's not an easy thing to do. It really isn't. Not easy. So that made the chin look a little better. Yes, it did. And now when I look down at it, the chin looks perfectly all the right depth. It's not like it's not sticking out further here compared to here. It's all equal now. You know. So, all right. Let me read some more comments. Whew. 2 watching, including me. So I guess people are heading off to bed. London, yes. Take off vision. Take off vision. The problem is he looks like he had wisdom teeth surgery. Yeah, less is more. It's true. Less is more. Disney. Did you say Disney? Is that say Disney? Yeah, Disney should listen to that. Yeah, I love Nick's. I mean, his content's amazing, and I'll tell you right now, the reason why I did the Michael Myers as my first mask is because of his. I sent off for his videos, Nick Mulpagano, in Handy Boy Studios. I sent off for his videos in the very beginning of this whole venture, and you know, and pretty much followed his steps. You know, until you get to a certain point, then it's going to be okay. What do you want to do to your sculpture that separates you from other work? So, and that's basically what I like to do, and I think everybody should be like that. Put your own little twist to it. Make your mask be. I mean, you're trying to replicate. See, I just noticed something because the lighting's right now. This is protruding much further out than this side. So I have to add a little more over here, on top of this cap, right in here on the eye cut. But I also got to make sure that the eye cut is, it doesn't change. I don't want the eye cut to move. I don't want that line to change at all. I just want the eye cut to stick out just a little bit further. We're doing a little bit of clay at a time, and what you do to make that happen. So we're going to make little worms. And I'm looking to where this is sticking out versus this. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're making a worm. I'm going to put that right about there. I'm going to follow that line. Smash it in. See what I'm doing here? A little at a time. Don't overdo it. Don't do it too fast. Don't do it. Don't do too much. Don't throw too much clay on there. Little bit at a time. Now I have a little small area here that I'm working on, and I want this thinner because this is already protruding out almost to where I want it. sure I don't ruin my eye cut here. You gotta remember, this sneaks back into the corner of the eye, and you want to make sure you don't change your eye cut shape, which I did a little bit, but that's okay. I can fix that. And the rest I'll tool out of there. Yeah, I'll tool the rest out of there, but that brought that out now. That brought that out to match that side. But now I got to smooth it out, which I don't feel like messing with right now. I don't know. I guess I'm burnt out a little bit today because I've been working on this all day. Now what I'm doing is I'm raking this real lightly. Let me do this so it's not in your point of view. See all these little lumps and stuff? Just raking them out. I'm not changing the shape. I'm not digging into it because I don't want to take anything away from what I added here. I just want to smooth it out so there's no lumps. Naphtha does most of this work, smoothing out. Remember that. Yeah, naphtha does most of the work for you. Alright, now I see a little spot here that got messed up a little bit. Perfect. I was not going to do a little bit of sculpt work for you so you can see. Now you see the overhang. You see the eye cut. The pitch is right of the eye cut going back and then underneath. You'll have that overhang of the eye cut. The upper over top of the eye, this sticks out much further than what the bottom eye cut is. That's the real secret to the Myers mask too, to tell you the truth. That is a big secret. You have to have that protruding upper eye cut. I still got to work in here. I don't want to bring down those lights. All right, so what do we got? Slasher, yes, Nick inspired me to do a real H2 versus 2 Trick or Treat Studios mask. Are you Slasher? Did you do an overhaul? Is that what you did? London, you still on? All right, we got people. We got 4 people, including me, so it's 3 on. 3 on, and but I'm pretty much wrapping up here tonight because I'm pretty much done. You can see that the eye's now protruding at the same depth, but it's still not accurate. I got this. I gotta fix this in here. It's still. There we go. It looks a little better. Gotta fix that. That'll all right. This is gonna be really nice when this is all said and done. This is gonna be a really nice mask. I don't wanna. I wanna take my time with it. I'm not trying to get it out for Halloween. I'd like to, but I got it. I got my Night Creepers done, guys. You guys want to see the Night Creeper? That is completely finished. I have been showing that off. All right, I gotta zoom out for you guys to see. You know what? I gotta back up to show you that right, or else you end up. Hold on, let me move my chair. Gotta move my chair. And we'll put this guy right back here, like this. Now it's looking upwards, and because the neck is slanted, and it's on a level surface. But that's the finished Night Creeper. Yeah, that's sitting on a desk or like a. And that's my autographed Night Creeper that I had. That was like the first edition Night Creeper that I did. And it's not as nice as that new one. The new one, the scowl looks amazing. Everything is like really on the money. The lips are really nice. The jawline, the chin line looks really good. You see how much longer the chin line looks on the first version, and look how inaccurate the lips were. Yeah, that definitely wasn't. Now that's laying flat on the desk, on the tabletop, because it's yeah. I'll show it to you. On my bod. Oops. Let me get this. You can't turn them. Can't turn them with that there, so you can see. This is the Night Creeper 78. Custom Corpses. There it is on the back of the head. Custom Corpses, Night Creeper 78. That's going to be on the sculpture. But you can see the reason why it looks like he's slanted upwards is because the neckline is actually slanted. In other words, when it sits on your head, the neck's like this. All right, so if I tilt that forward, let me just do that instead of, I'll just show you. Stuck to it. So if I tilt this forward like that, the way it's supposed to sit on your head, you see what I'm saying? That looks amazing. That's a hollow casting, by the way, guys. So when I go to stone coat this, I'll be able to melt that clay right in there with a heat gun and then just pull it out. And then I'll have a one-piece mold. But this is the Night Creeper 78, and that's going to be in production for Halloween. Yes, sir. I love this. I love the eyebrows on this. It's so awesome. The scowl looks amazing. It really does. It looks good. This really looks good. I got the needle right underneath the earlobe, a little bit forward of it. It looks good. The lips look amazing. This took 3 years, guys, and it was because I kept, making different masks from it. I kept doing different versions of it. So, I'll put this back on here. And this is my Night Creeper first version. I see it has Night Creeper right underneath the head, 78 right underneath it here. Night Creeper 78 right on the back of the mask, 78. This is a really thick mask. Now, this is a painted a Halloween version, Halloween 2 version, and I have it signed. Over here, the original 1978 Halloween 2, 1978, I'm sorry, 1981 Halloween 2, where Dick Warlock played the shape. I have Jimmy, who played Jimmy, and that's Lance Guest, and he was Jimmy in Halloween 2, and I got Leo Rossi, who played Bud, who got killed in the hot tub, and I also have Dick Warlock sign this mask for me. So I'm happy with this. This was the 78 painted to look like the 81, the H2 look. That's the paint job on it. So that's what I did with that. Okay, let me read your comments, guys. Okay, so nobody commented after that. Okay. Any comment? You guys going to get a Night Creeper or what? What do you think? You excited for the Night Creeper? It's going to be in October. And I got a few of you guys. You guys are getting a free mask because of all the help and all the support you've been there for me. A few of you guys get that Night Creeper for free. Well, you have a choice. You get a Night Creeper or Flashback, depending on. But the Flashback's not going to be ready for a while. I'm just really being. I want to be accurate. Just like now, my Night Creeper over there, the 78. That's a combination mask. That's supposed to look like H1, H2. It's supposed to look like a little bit of the a little bit of the poster art in the 7 or in Halloween 4 and 5. The poster art. It's got a little look of that. It's got attitude. That's the thing about this sculpture. It has a lot of attitude. And the lips on that are to replicate the actual Flashback. So it's a combination that's got like all cool elements of Michael Myers, I think, of all those versions of those masks. You know, you got your poster art Halloween 4 and 5. You've got the 78, the 81, and the Flashback, all wrapped up in that sculpture right there. And I think that's a pretty accurate description of what my Night Creeper 78 is. So I can't wait till that's done because that's really, really good. I think that mask is going to be really, really. That's going to be a collector's piece. That really will be. It's going to be hard to. You guys are going to love that sitting on your shelf. I can't wait to get a paint. Because, I mean, it really comes down to the herring and the paint job to it. To really make it really nice, you know. So I can't wait to get the prototype done so I can really see how the paint job's going to be. And I'll be able to paint it to the Halloween, original Halloween 1 or Halloween 2, 1981. 78 and 81. I'm going to change the paint scheme is all. That's my plan. All right, guys, I got to get a shower. Oops, sorry about that. That probably really was loud in your ears. I apologize. That's this clamp right here. I'll zoom out. That clamp is what I put my phone on. It's got a little gooseneck that bends in any direction. So I'm looking forward to getting that Flashback done. That's going to be nice. That's going to be really good when it's all said and done. But I've been working on music like crazy. And this will be the Night Creeper. There's the first silicone master right there. That was the very first one. And then when I did that, it was real close to this, and then I altered this just a little bit better. And now I'm going to do another silicone master. But I thank you guys for joining me. And hit the like button. Hit the like and subscribe if you could. And I will see you guys on the next stream. And thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for hitting the likes. And I hope I'm helping some of you guys out there. And the few that, you know, that are, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys are probably a lot better than I am at doing this. So I'm new. 3 years in the business is not a long time. No, not at all. I've been DJing for 50 years, so 3 years is a hiccup in time. Anyway, but I love it. It's going to be what I'm going to do for retirement. And I'm a couple days away from that. Well, I'm not going to officially retire, but I'll never retire. I just don't believe in it. But anyway, let me get off of here. Enough rattling about me, and I will see you guys on the next stream. Peace. See ya.